Hi guys, happy Labor Day. Good job working so hard and getting a day off to just appreciate how much you put out into the world and how hard you work. I'm Jackie Marie. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I am so glad to have you on my channel today. So today I want to talk about the spiritual journey and the hardest part of the spiritual journey, at least the hardest part that I've experienced. And something that, again, similar to the Friends video I made, I don't feel like there's a lot of guidance on, and it can make us feel extremely lonely and extremely bad about ourselves. I'm feeling a little bit heavier today. I'm having a little bit of a harder time explaining this topic, but I do feel like it's needed, at least for myself. Even just for myself, it's needed. So when we decide to become more spiritual, to go on this journey to better ourselves and to better our lives, it's not always that easy of a task. It's a beautiful journey, it's a brave journey, it's amazing. It's all these great things, but it's not always easy. Although a lot of the times it can be, and there's so many amazing things, and once you start, you're not going to want to turn around. You're not going to want to go back. You're not going to want to go backwards. But for me, the hardest part of this journey is the fact that you're always trying to better yourself, and you're always trying to be the best person that you can be. And we're not perfect. I feel this pressure when I said I wanted to embark on this journey. I feel this pressure to be perfect all the time, and I'm far from it. I make a lot of mistakes, and I wake up feeling guilty a lot because of it. I get very angry sometimes, and we look at anger as a bad thing, and anger is not a bad thing. Anger should be celebrated. Anger is a good thing. It's an expression of self, and it's necessary in a lot of ways. Anger fuels us forward. Again, another subject that we don't talk about that's really important. And sometimes when we don't express our anger in an appropriate way, because we're not really taught to do that, anger comes out in a lot of different ways. And for me, anger comes out in bad ways sometimes, and I make a fool of myself, or I do something embarrassing, or I do something mean or hurtful, or even just plain old annoying. And I'm aware of this, and it hurts. And I will look at influencers, and I'll look at spiritual leaders and other people that are on the spiritual journey, and it just seems like they're perfect all the time. It seems like they're so nice to everyone, and they would never say a hurtful thing, or they would never do a hurtful thing, which might be true, but they probably had to go through a really, really long journey of self-reflection in order to get there. And that's what I have to remind myself, and that's what I have to confess to you guys today, because even the fact that I started this YouTube channel, I feel it even harder. I feel a lot more pressure. It's not like my YouTube channel is huge by any means, but just the fact that I'm preaching this stuff, I feel this pressure to be perfect, and like I have to be this amazing person all the time, and then when I'm not, it's just very upsetting, and I just like harbor that feeling, and it makes it worse, and then I react worse in the future. I get very angry about a lot of things. I overreact about a lot of things. And I'm really, really trying to work on that and really trying to better myself. And that's why it makes it so much harder when I overreact or I do these things again. And I feel like this is all about being kind to ourselves, forgiving to ourselves, and knowing that we're not on the same journey as everyone else. Maybe other people don't have the issues with anger that I do, or the issues with other things that you may have that you're trying to deal with, and they don't understand when you overreact, like where that's coming from, and that's probably a certain kind of pain somewhere else. And another example is I definitely overreact at work. A huge trigger for me for some reason is when I golf, and I know that sounds absolutely ridiculous, but I can absolutely make a complete fool of myself when I golf, and I lose control of myself 120%. I lose control of myself, and sometimes someone will say something, and it's never really at anyone. I wouldn't say I ever really attack people. I have attacked one particular person in my life, but that was alcohol induced and a huge regret, because all it did was make myself feel bad and everyone around me feel bad, and it's just a horrible situation, and that's one of my biggest regrets. But other than pretty much that time, I don't really ever attack people. I more so lash out, and it might be like more so like about someone, or just lash out in general. And just one little thing can set me off and I lose control of myself, and I don't know how to dial it back. And I've been doing this self-help work, and I know now that's what I need to work on. I know maybe I need to not drink alcohol, or at least not drink alcohol for a while until I get this situation under control. I think the world lately has been really, really hard on us. There's a lot going on. There's a lot of different opinions. There's a lot of really, really scary things going on right now, and that's hard. And that's when I have to be honest to myself. Like, this is a hard world, and I have a lot of fear about a lot of things, and I think it's making me overreact because there's this little child in me that's very afraid, and rightfully so. I'm not justifying any of this behavior. I'm more so trying to understand it, and I'm more so trying to just put this out there in case someone else is going through this, because it can be so tiring to do all this work and to try to be this good person, and then to do something bad or wrong, and then watch other influencers and just feel like their life is just so perfect, and they're just this amazing spiritual person, and I'm trying so hard to be that, but yeah, I do all these awful things sometimes, like, and then I spent the whole morning crying. I just wasn't perfect how I think I should be. But after those rants, I wake up and I feel so guilty, and I feel so bad about myself for so long. I don't know. I hope this video is coming across the way I'm intending, because I want so bad to be a good person, and I do believe that I am a good person, and I know that I am, but I just really struggle with a lot of things, and I just need to be honest about that. In my channel, I'm not trying to portray that I'm perfect or I have this perfect life. I'm just trying to talk about things and how you can better your life personally, because that's all I'm trying to do, and that's all I've done with this work. But it almost comes with a responsibility, and I think I have to be honest about all this. And I think if other influencers maybe were a little more honest about the hardships and not just all the positive, I think we would all be able to go through this journey with a little bit more ease. Today, I am being honest without completely putting myself down. Because another bad habit that I have is when I feel guilty about something, I'll just constantly bash myself about it, and I'll make jokes about it, and I feel like that's unfair too, and I feel like that's me trying to, in a way, apologize, but I feel like it's just not healthy to myself. And I feel like in order to do the self-work and to become a better person, I really have to step back. I really have to take a lot of deep breaths, a lot of meditation. I think there's a healthier way to control your anger, and I think we need to start talking about it. And I'm not saying anger might be what you're dealing with or going through. Maybe it's something else, some other toxic behavior that you're still doing or showing, even though you're doing all this work. Just know that that's okay, and that we're all at different points, and we all have things that we're struggling with, and it's a good thing, because in order to be on a spiritual journey, you have to be so aware of yourself, and it can be so hard to do that. It's so much easier to shut off. It's so much easier to just drink or shut yourself off or not go through this journey. So, and people will ridicule you. They can say you try to be such a good person, but yet you make this mistake, and that's not fair either. We're all trying to better ourselves, and just that fact alone should be so respected and so honored. So today I'm going to go on feeling a little bit guilty, even though I know that I need to let that go. But I'm also going to take away with it what I need to work on, and a lot of self-reflection. And I'm going to be kind to myself. And you guys should do the same. You should be kind to yourselves, and you should know that a spiritual journey is not about being perfect and not about being a good person all the time, because that's impossible. Okay, this is my people pleaser coming out. This whole video is probably all based on that, and all stuff that I need to just not care in a lot of ways, and just know that I'm trying to better myself. But I reached out to my spiritual healer, that she's a friend and someone that really helps me with things, and she brought up a good point, that even Jesus struggled with this. And for someone to say that even Jesus struggled with feeling like he was a good person all the time just took a load off my shoulders, and I'm getting very emotional about this, and I'm trying not to, and I'm sorry. but I know I shouldn't apologize for my emotions either. Okay, I think I'm gonna end this video here. I just want to say that you are brave if you take the chance to see yourself wholly and love yourself wholly and go on this journey of self-improvement and betterment. It's just so brave, and you are allowed to make mistakes, and you have to be honest with yourself and open with yourself, and you have to realize that all these spiritual healers are not, their life is not perfect all the time. They've done a lot of amazing work and good work, but just know that nobody is perfect all the time, and we all make mistakes and we all do bad things sometimes, and we have to be kind and forgiving to ourselves. I don't know if this video is more for myself or more for you guys, but I really hope it helps someone. I think even just putting that out there helps me. I just know that I make mistakes and I'm not perfect, and I have a lot of things I need to work on, but I'm still on this journey, and I just want to be the best person that I can be. And I am now vouching to be honest with myself and forgiving. I'm doing the best that I can, and even if it's not coming as fast as I want it to be, that sounded so inappropriate, it's okay. All right, guys. Thank you. I hope you liked this video. Give it a thumbs up if you did. Give it a comment. I feel like we need to boost our moods. The next video I make will be more uplifting, I promise. I will see you in my next video. Bye, guys. Thanks for watching.